identifies targets with unerring accuracy, and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon.
配信始まったと同時に捕まってるね。いきなり捕まってる。
Snake, respond. Snake, Snake.
先週の時点で終わったこの最後のエリアはどういう感じか探ろうとしたら、いらないところに登ってしまう。
そうだね。
始まって即アクションが。
Identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate.
ここで写真をアップロードするの？
ここでするって言ってたね。
パン1の海兵隊の写真もここでアップロードすると。
まあメタルギアの写真を撮る前に先にやってみるかなって。
ああ、いいんじゃない？っていうことでね、先週に引き続き、メタルギアソリッド2サンズ・オブ・リバティ第3回目の配信になるけど、先週は半分ぐらい再放送
やってくれるね。
まあセーブし忘れっていうか、間違えてセーブのやり方を知らなかったっていうね。
最初ので聞きそびれたから。
So, any codec moments from you, Snake?
ピクセル
You haven't taken a single photo. There's no point in using this terminal if you don't have anything to send. We need 4 images. One from the front right, the front and the front left, and a close-up of the Marines marking on the prototype. Get the prototype on camera.
Weapon. It's yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about it.
写真なくなってる。
This new model of Metal Gear is coded.
どういうことや。
写真もセーブしないといけない。
でも確かにこれで進行したけど、じゃあ捕まってやり直すわ。最初のところからどうしてもあれを聞きたい。パン1のやつを送った時になんて言うか。
ああ、確かに。でまあなんだけど、半分ぐらい再放送でもあったんだけど、逆に後半完全に映像のみの配信っていうね。なのでね、
それはね、コメントしないあなたたちが悪い。
日本人がコメントしないからそれが問題だと。まあね、英語でコメント書いてくれてる人がいるんだったら、それを無視するわけ。
日本語のコメント来ないのでね、1年やってるのにね。
まあそこで悪態ついてもね。
悪態はついてないよ。来ないからそうなっても仕方ないなって。
まあ。
そうやん。
まあね。
まあ、そうやん、そうやん。
宣伝をもっとやらないといけないだとか、あとは配信のプラットフォームとして日本では YouTube の方が多分人気があるだろうしね。
でしょうね。
Twitch よね。これほとんどみんなゲーム配信やってるの YouTube しか見ないっていうとあれだけど、ほとんどが YouTube だからな。大きいチャンネルはさ、Twitch で日本の大きいチャンネルまああるんだろうけど、俺みたいなそういうのに疎い人にも知れ渡るぐらいのは俺ないよね。YouTube の方だとまあブチブチ知ってはいるけど、まあそれはさておき。
こんな老いぼれのクソババアは誰もフォローしたくないと、そういうことが言いたいんでしょ。
いや言ってねえし。
Gear's obsolete.
ガチガチ
Nations building up their own Metal Gear Force
言っ
will
て
think
ねえ
twice
し
about their nuclear strategy in the light of
Gotcha.
military dominance spelled out by
黙れ
The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
蛇のように動くスネー
スネークスネー
Some
ク
say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of
ク見る
the
人が見たらた
The
まらない
opposition
と
from
思
the
う
Navy is an undeniable
あでもスネーク昔からみんないいケツしてんなとは言ってるよ
submarine and air back.
海外のなんかなんだっけスマブラとかに出た時のあれアミーボだっけ出るじゃんキ
Not to mention
ャラクターの
major players.
任天堂とかスイッチとか、まあ、スイッチとか任天堂系のハードああいうの出るじゃん
うん
なんかスネークのやつの尻がいいみたいな海外で見たななんか
そうだ
ああスネークは海外でケツを評価されてる
ケツを評価する
ケツの評価が高いスネーク
ケツの評価が高いの
あ
せっかく
バントの
You
ペン
know
で
the
もそうだっ
Chinese
たっ
proverb, care avoids
けこれテクスチャーでやってる表現してる部分が多いからさくっきり尻が見えるけど
クッ
いやくっきり
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home
せっ
than
か
you
く
think.
だから
Always bear that
多
in
分
mind.
みんなが見たいであろうものを見せてやろうか
Ours is not the only military project devoted to metal
よ
gear
く見る
development.
のでおじゃる
Cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. There's a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of
小
nuclear
島監
proliferation.
督
It is a fact that players in favor of
メタル
Satan
ギア
are attempting to
スタン
derail
ド
the
ブリーバーってい
Way
う
project.
世界線ではなくな
I
ってるの
promise
か
you that they will not succeed.
この間こっちの世界ではね還暦を迎えてたけど
そうだね
監督は若いよね還暦全然還暦に見えないよ
At
ね
ease, rest a little.
そうやね
見た目もそうだけど多分一番何よりもモチベーションだとか野心だとか情熱そこら辺がやっぱその辺の還暦の人とはわけが違うよね
萌えアニメを見てるからなん
そうだねいろいろとなんか情熱的なね
To move on,
そうやね
I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war.
やたらとなんかリコリス気に
You're all familiar
ああ
with
リ
the
コリス・リ
shadow
コイルは結構押してた
入ってアメリカで
T シャツも買って
restoration
してたぐらいだからね
Metal Gear.
でもあれだよね俺結構日本のゲーム
Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear
Ray is amphibious.
見たり遊んだりとかするとデザインだとかキャラクターが立ってるのが多いじゃん
うん
まあはっきり言うと申し訳ないけど洋芸よりはデザインがよくできてるのが多いじゃんキャラクターデザインがね
まあ
ロアだとかね世界観の作り込みは洋芸の方が多分全然優れてるのが多いと思
洋
うけど
芸は良くも悪くもリアルにこだわりすぎてしまう
そうだね作り込みはもうすんごいけどキャラクターとかのデザインとかあとはまあロボットだとかそのものとかのデザイン日本の方が全然いいと俺は思ってるんだけど個人的にねでなんだけどそういうの見てると結構フィギュアとか俺買うんだけどもっと日本のゲーム系のフィギュア欲しいなって思うんだけど漫画アニメは多いんだけどフィギュアがね それこそソシャゲのフィギュアも多いけど、普通に買い置きとかコンソールとかそっち方面のフィギュアあんま多くなくて、
Okay, what am I seeing now?
も
I'm sorry. You need to take another one. Next up is
う買うめっちゃ笑ってる。ここのめっちゃ笑ってるね。
異常に受けてるね。
ねあ、実績。
お、すごい。それに映ってるメタルギアに反応している。
悪くはないけど、これは使えないねっていう。正面、
正面右、正面左。
左。
そして海軍とノータ。
海軍マークの。では話戻るけど、これフィギュア、もっと日本のゲームのフィギュア欲しいんだよね。それこそスネークとかかっこいいじゃん。スネークのすごいよくできたフィギュアとか新しいので出てほしいなと思うけど、あんまそういうのが出てなくて、あとはストリートファイターのキャラクターとかさ、海外でスタチューが出たりとかするんだけどね。なんかなんだろうな、確か海外の方でレインボーミカのスタチューめっちゃエロい感じのやつが$800ぐらいで売っててだったと思うのです。結構高かったと思うけど、海外鬼のように高いスタチューを結構限定品として発売するんだよね。これカプコン公式じゃないんだけど、カプコンの許可はもちろんもらってるっていうあれではあるんだけどね。まあカプコン制作ではないっていうね。そういうスタチューを作ってる会社に許可を出してで販売して限定品として販売してるみたいなね。まあ、この間ね、ストイニが240万円のフィギュアスタチューを作ってたんだけどね。
行かれてる。
さすがに坂口さんも怒ってたよね、あれ。なんか舐めてんのかみたいな感じコメントしてたよね。ただめちゃくちゃよくできてたんだけどね。多分240万の価値はあるんだろうけど、FF6 のね、ティナの、スタチューめちゃくちゃ出来は良かったんだけどね。ただ240万はね、ヒカキンとか買って箱開けるみたいなそんな人に買ってもらうようなアグレッシブな価格設定だよね。
There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century. As we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to protect us. The brain drain of nuclear specialists and the black market trade in weapons grade plutonium has been fueling a cottage industry in nuclear weapons since late last century. Add Metal Gear to the mix, the result is the renewed proliferation you see the world over. We once lived in the shadow of the Doomsday Machine. This Metal Gear Ray can bring other Metal Gears under control and ensure never know that fear again.
どういうマークか覚えてる？
Marines will be the guardians.
こいつは締め落とせないの。
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype. designed to be operated by an onboard pilot. In its final form, Ray will be unmanned, driven by teleexistence and an autonomous control system. The importance of next generation technologies such as C4ISR and RMA in battle situation has been discussed time and again, but Ray is the first to deploy it so fully. With Ray's completion, the Marine Corps will lead the way for a new age of military tactics.
あいつに
Ours
目
is
覚め
not
てし
the
まう
only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
さあどうなる
ああ、そうそう。そんな配信が進む前に自己紹介する？
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look. Okay, first up. This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. Okay, what am I seeing now? Okay, this works. It's a great front view. And the next one is... Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag. What's next? We only need one good shot of the lettering. The last one is... We only need one good shot of the lettering. We're okay on the photos from the right, front, and the one of the lettering. The only one we want is a Metal Gear from the front left. I know you can do it. The Commandant is almost done with his speech. We're just about out of time. Hurry!
やべえ
But it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's.
47
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation.
これは間に合うか
I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age.
ななら大丈夫か
The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century. Projected to completion.
Good.
However, the NMD trial projected in the year 2000
16秒。
やば
The
そう
success of the 1999 trials is now considered a chance hammer.
11、10、9、
10、8、7、6、5、4、3
I'm on a roll here. Let's go on a little.
うわ
いける？どうだどうだ？
大丈夫だと言ってくれマジであと1秒
ね
うまくいくか言ってくれ
Okay, I'm receiving the images. The first image is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
スプゲームしてるの
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Golukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidas?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Golukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
最初の週で発動させたやつで
爆発させてしまったよね。
常ごと死ぬみたいなこと言ってたけど、
招集の配信でね。
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's arm.
カットシーン長尺だね。
そうなん
当時からするとすこぶる出来がいいよね。カットシーンね、カメラ割りだとか見せ方とかそういうのね。当時のゲームでは多分トップだったんじゃないかな。
赤塚不二夫から開ったら私は小島さん、映画小僧なのか。あら、しまった。長すぎて
カットシーンが長すぎて
配信のやつが停止したのか。
配信してねえの。入力ないけど。
リアルだということで言えばね、いやさっきのカットシーンのところで、リアル、超リアルな話、皮肉的に言うと、もし黒人の上官がああなってたら、白人の兵士たちはみんなただ上官を撃ち殺してロシア人込みで。 そういう国だからある。
さすがに軍でそれはないんじゃないか個人的なのでそれがあったとしてもね。
いやこいつは別に死んでいいんだみたいな。
さすがにまずいでしょ。
ひどい話があるけど、多分海軍だったらそういうのを読み消すだろうから、表にさえ出なければいいからという理由で。
多分同僚の警察官だったら全然そうすると思うけどね。
警察は1億パーセント。ただそういう国の重要機密が漏れる国のだったら平気でやるだろう。
まあ多分、まあリアルで言うと
そこまでモラルがあるとは思えないな。
まあリアルで言うと権限があるやつの次に権限があるやつが一緒にいて、あれ？
いや操作が
カットシーン
まだカットシーンだよ。
補佐みたいなんで第2に権限がある人がいて、
そいつが撃てっていう。
まあ多分もし失敗しそう何かトラブルがあった場合はみたいな、プラン B プラン C プラン D みたいなまであるとは思うんですね、実際だったら。まあ実際だったらこんなことないですね。これ今作ってるメタルギアの映画ってどういう感じに仕上がってきてるのかね。
どうだろうね。でも多分この2のやつやるんじゃない？やるんだったら。
Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's newsflash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
ここだとセーブがあるんだね。
いやこれはまあどう見ても船のところは終わりだからな。
うん。まあ配信も30分超えたところでそろそろ自己紹介する？
まあ多分ここでまたカットシーンあるからちょっと待った方がいい。まあ私も初見なんで。
まあね、ストーリーをちゃんと楽しむ。
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil
そ
tanker full of crude
の
barely 20 miles
ベ
off the shore
テ
of
ベテ
Manhattan.
ランとか人気配信者だったらもうすでに何回もやってるからここでぺちゃくちゃそのトリビアとかどうこういう話して小島秀夫自身もそれに対してコメントするみたいなのあるだろうけど、私みたいな無名のババア配信者だと初見でガチ初見で遊んでるからどういうことになるんだろうというふうにちゃんと見てますけど。
Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
ちなみになんだけど先週日本版をインストールして遊ぶって言ってたけど今回の英語版だけど実際日本語版インストールしてみたらセーブ このゲームに限ってはセーブは日本語版英語版と別々らしいね、でまた再放送になっちゃうということでね、このまま英語で突き進みます。あ、今コメントが来ましたね。Sawyer says, what's the comment? Sawyer says, I only understood KOJIMA replay C.
$30 billion. What makes him think I can get that much?
That kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Hostages.
Thanks for the comment. Nice to see you.
Major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And how are you
Crude will ignite,
doing
turning
today,
Manhattan
Sawyer?
Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have two mission objectives. One, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell.
Fine,
and
can't
take out the
complain.
president and
How are
others.
my two favorite half-Japanese doing today?
Any means necessary.
I guess pretty good. Still really hot.
Yeah, but it's actually finally starting to cool down a little bit. It was still 35 today, but during the day, but it's starting to cool down at night now. After the sun goes down, it's starting to cool down because the humidity is finally starting to go down, which is fantastic. Yeah, so, you know, as long as the nights aren't bad, you can get sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still doing pretty good, right, Jenny?
Yeah.
This is Snake. I'm now
And
inside
I am
Scope A of Shell
doing
1.
fine as
How are
always.
things?
Look,
And
looks
even
like
better
there are no
after
sentries
being
back
called
there.
favorite half-Japanese.
The lights on the planet
Thanks for the comment.
That's a pretty big title.
Yeah, that's a
the eye
nice
on
moniker.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence.
There are a lot of
There's someone else
famous
besides
big
me
names
that
out
wanted
there.
to get in
Yeah.
badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
Doing pretty
They
good
landed on the roof of the big
for
shell as
like
planned.
well,
And by the way, Snake, We're
yesterday.
changing your code name for all
Well,
foreign
actually, if
communication.
it's now, it's day
What's
before
wrong with
yesterday.
Snake?
We spent
Just a
about
precaution. You are now
was it?
designated.
eight plus
All right,
hours
Raiden. You've
waiting
already
at.
covered infiltration and VR
It's not
training.
the
I've
immigration,
completed 300 missions in VR.
but
Yeah, doing
we had
official
to
paperwork.
we had to,
Legendary
yeah.
mercenary.
do the temporary
Okay, we'll skip
renewal
that
thing,
part.
Yeah,
Make sure
which
nobody
is
sees you.
always
to,
just heavy
Contact me by
stress.
Kodak.
yeah.
The
Because
frequency is
if they decide that
140.85.
you don't
When
meet
you
the
want to use the
standards, you
codec,
get kicked
push
out of
the
the
back
country.
button. When we need to reach you,
Yeah,
contact
but
you.
eight
codec
plus
will be-
hours, man,
when
it
you hear
was
that noise,
so
press
crowded,
the
huh?
back button.
Yeah, it's,
The
pretty
codec's
crowded.
receiver directly
People all
stimulates
over
the
the
small
world
bones of your ear. No one but you
in
will
that
be able to hear it.
building
I'll contact you if
being
anything
judged
changes.
if they're going to be able to stay or be
First,
kicked out of the
make your way to
country.
the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
Sawyer says, wait, I might have heard wrong, but don't you guys have Japanese nationality by default for being half Japanese? Well, you do up to an age, and then
Yeah.
when you become
Electrofiber technology.
when you well, I think
The
18
texture
or was
isn't
it 20?
far removed from rubber, but the material
Well, I think
protects
20.
against a
When
wide
you become
range of
20,
toxic
you-
substances.
up to
The
then
suit
you
itself
have
has a wide
re-
array of
dual
built-in
nationality.
sensors.
Yeah.
It's
And
equipped
then
to a
when
smart
you
skin and military
hit
R&D
20, you
to
have a
prevent
choice to
damage
choose
different regions
which
of the body,
side.
including
But
blood loss.
if you
This
don't
change
choose,
between the suit and the
it
intravenous
default
bottle
goes to
machine
whatever
feedback
country
system.
you are like in at that moment at that time.
Relax, the suit applies
Yeah.
varying
And
pressure to
well,
internal
there's a
organs
lot
to
of
maximize
complications,
performance
and that's a
and
long
their
story. But
functions. They call this
we
the slow suit in Foxhound.
both of us were traveling way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like by the time I was like 23, I like moved 20 times.
Yeah,
The hatch
pretty
with a
crazy.
circular handle
So,
will open into
long
the
story
area.
short, we happened to be in America when both of us hit 20, and I actually wanted to get
Moving on to
Japanese
the main
nationality, but I kind of default.
Yeah, actually,
Which kinda
yeah,
sucks.
all of our family ended up like that.
Yeah, it is what it is. But so anywho, there was there again, even after that, there was a lot of moving around. So you need to stay put for a while to get nationality in that country. And then, again, a lot of complications of work, this and that. And so it's just kind of an annoying residency refiling thing every couple of years. Also, Sawyer says, goddamn, nationality laws in Japan are strict as heck. Yeah, they're very, very, very strict.
Yeah, what was that? Yeah, there are some athletes that kind of that are like half Japanese and like half like different nationality. And well, there's a baseball player that's half American, half Japanese, and he took the Japanese side, and he's playing in America, so he has to pay taxes in both countries. And even though he's in America, he's Japanese, so there's all the kind of like hassle being a major leaguer in America, and there's like all kinds of like annoying stuff.
There's a lot of annoying stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated. So he says, for a country that desperately needs an increment in its birth rates, it's nuts how hard it is to become a citizen. I couldn't agree more. I really think that it should be a little bit more easier. And crazy nationalists, ultra-nationalists, and ultra-conservatives are always like, well, we need to be strict. We need to be more strict and double down on and having less foreigners come into Japan and working here. I actually think it should be the opposite. Of course, procedures are important and making sure, it shouldn't be so casual that someone regrets it, probably, but because that can happen, I guess. But still, yeah, Japan does desperately need higher birth rates, though.
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, I always have the feeling that the Japanese are one of the cultures that fears globalization the most. Yeah, it's weird, because there's one part, I don't know, on the entertainment side, I think there's kind of a wanting more to consume more foreign products and more foreign things, almost. But the government side is really, really backwards.
Yeah, it's really weird because this is like in a way crazy or confusing, but basically the Japanese Democratic Party is the equivalent of the worst of the American Republican Party.
It's weird, yeah.
So theoretically, there is no democratic faction of the government in Japan. It's just right to alt-right to almost fascist thinking.
Yeah, well, you have kind of fascist, alt-right, and then right, and then centered right, almost. And then you have a very, very small communist party in Japan.
The most bizarre thing is that the Communist Party is the most open or leftist political group in Japan.
Yeah, even the left, strangely, even the communist group in Japan is kind of liberal.
Yeah.
So basically centered almost.
Yeah.
So he says, what the fuck, dude? Whoa, laughs.
Yeah.
And also, let's vote our new Democrat president, Donarudo Torampu.
Yeah.
In katakana. No, was it?
Seriously though, the prime minister a while ago, and I'm sure even you know him well, since he was like the first ex-prime minister that was assassinated in like 80 years or almost.
Yeah, probably.
World War I era like stuff, but the head of the Democratic Party that was the prime minister twice. Abe was constantly saying he's Trump's best friend, and he totally agrees with Trump and like that. And that's that's like Biden saying like, I'm like so like this with Trump or like that.
Yeah. The one who got shot by a voter, right? If I remember correctly, that was more of a more or less recent. Yeah, it was.
It was
A
just
year and a
like
half ago. His ikkaiki was a couple of months back, so about
it
like
was a
14 or
little
15 months.
yeah. It's a little over a year ago now.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty recent. But yeah, he wasn't shot by a voter. It's a really complicated story that delves into some conspiracy theories, but mostly things that the Japanese government doesn't really want to put out there in the public too much. The kind of the ties of how money flows from questionable organizations lobbying into the Free Democratic Party, which is the most powerful party in Japan.
To put it short, there's a Korean cult organization that calls themselves a church, very loosely, and they have insane amount of money, and they insanely lobby into the Japanese Democratic and almost all Japanese political groups.
But especially the Jiminto, the Free Democratic Party.
Democratic Party.
Yeah, the main one.
Proceed to your mission. The
Since there's like 20 Democratic parties.
And basically they're a cult conservative group that has the most political power or push in Japan.
Yeah, they've been lobbying into the political parties around a little bit after World War II, where Abe's grandfather became the prime minister, and he was getting a lot of money from that organization. And well, anyways, it's an insanely complicated.
Yeah, it would take several hours to explain.
It's really messed up, but
yeah.
Long story short, the guy that shot him, his family lost all his money because they were
their entire family fortune.
Yeah, he lost his entire fortune because his family gave all of his money to this Korean cult that lobbies into these parties in Japan, and he wanted to stop allowing this kind of money flowing into the government, and he actually came to try to shoot one of the leaders of that organization in Japan, because the leaders appear at these public speeches too, and that guy happened to not be there, and Abe was there, and his grandfather had recognition. So
he regularly appeared at their large events within Japan.
So much for culture based on honor and being straightforward. Yeah, politics is politics are politics everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It's really messed up. It's a rabbit hole. That entire thing is and it goes back on his grandfather when he was kind of pulling the strings back in Lanshu, which is
that's a whole other level of messed up.
To put this data process in practical use, the node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue.
Geopolitics is just
at least one.
Insanely depressing.
Yeah.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
So he says, worldwide politics are depressing. Here in Spain, they don't even try to hide, they steal in front of your face. Yeah, I guess that's just kind of how it
You
is, huh?
won't be able to use
When
it.
people are given power, that's what they abuse it.
You should know that all
It's
active
sad, but
weapons
that's
are equipped with
basically
a
it, huh?
personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will.
You look one Congress meeting and all they do is insult each other, and the one who screams the most and delivers a better punchline wins, not the one who has the truth. It's embarrassing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically, that's kind of how Parliament works here, huh? But what's insane is that it doesn't even matter. It's like, because Congress, most of the seats are taken up by the Jiminto, that specific Democratic Party. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and kind of like we said, the Communist Party is the most open or equal rights of any of the parties. So
yeah,
it just tends like it's like LGBTQ and gays aren't human. They don't need rights. They shouldn't get to marry. They shouldn't get to have any kind of like power in this country.
Or they don't deserve welfare.
Yeah, and like every party excluding the Communist Party is like, yeah, that's right. It's like we need to make sure we keep rights and everything to old people and people who are like real Japanese or like that, and same there.
Yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know. Well, there's a reason why like voting in Japan continues to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like people are just like so depressed about like the government that they don't even care to vote anymore. But that keeps the same people in power even longer. So you know, never lose hope. Continue to vote.
Yeah, that I think that has become a serious problem in a lot of countries, that people just think there's no meaning in voting, so they like the worst assholes continue to get voted in.
Yeah.
It is important to make sure that it isn't the worst asshole and moron that is voted into power.
Yeah. So it says, nice. Telling people that they won't have access to basic human rights is the best way of making them vote. Will vote for you. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's kind of, you know, that people kind of have lost hope in the system.
Yeah.
I think that's why the birth rate is going down, because people don't really believe that things are going to turn around.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's kind of interesting is like for instance, there's that huge like rioting in France that like they're gonna raise the age for like retirement and stuff or like that, and people are rioting over that. But basically the country has been pretty clear that everyone who is not 60 right now and is between their 40s to 20s and under will not get any retirement money, and basically are paying taxes to make sure old people get retirement money and benefits, and when you get old you'll get nothing, no benefits, and nothing to protect you.
Yeah, most of the people are kind of don't really expect much stuff regards of welfare and pension that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, well, it's complicated and depressing. Also, Sully even says, I voted for the Animal Party that none in their sane minds would do, since the only two parties that have a chance of presiding are filled with assholes. But if I don't vote, it automatically goes to the one that is ruling. So there's some sneaky stuff going on there. That sucks. Well, so what? I guess that at least encourages everyone to vote, though, right?
Yeah.
But if you're
I wonder what would happen if they did that in Japan. I wonder if more people would vote.
Oh, well, I think so. I mean, the old population is only dwindling. Even if the young population is small, if they all voted, there'd be a difference.
So this is, yeah, but no one votes either. Okay, well that's depressing. Okay, so I guess that's kind of a structure that tries to keep people in power then.
And an analyst to work on the data too.
Politics.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Oh,
Jack,
well,
I'm a part of this
talking
mission.
about politics. I have no idea what's going on.
Right. Meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
A good example
never been a part of a field
what
mission.
happens
This is
when
insane.
young people
I
don't
have
vote
my own
and
reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see.
I know your VR
perpetually
training
like
performance in and
old
out,
people
but sometimes
continue
that's not
are
enough.
the only ones that continue to
familiar
vote.
with
It's
the
like
Shadow Moses
all
incident?
politicians
You know I covered
in
it in
Japan
VR.
like cater to
If there's a
the
crucial
old
tactical
and
detail that case taught
conservative.
us, it was the power
Yeah,
of
the
the Colonel's will
policies,
to
the
support.
policies that they pitch are always like catering toward older
My
people.
personal feelings have
And
no place in a mission.
one
We've
kind
learned
of
that it doesn't work
funny
that
or
way. And on the
or
field,
strange
you
thing
need all the
is
help
that
you can get.
Jack,
because
you're
of
stuck
that
with me whether you like it or not.
Rose,
You need someone
in
to watch
Japan
your
especially
But
laws
I have conditions that
regarding
need to be
stuff
met, Colonel.
with
What is
sex
it?
I'll perform my
is
duties
like
and save that
is
mission
like
data.
prehistoric.
that-
It's
Ah,
like
it's almost not
it's
changed at all.
pre-World War One era stuff.
After all, I'm just
So
a young
like
girl who's worried about
for
Jack. But that
an
means, Colonel,
eternity,
that I am not required to
people
follow
are
your
like,
orders
when
outside
are
of
they
my
like going to
immediate
take
duties.
the like
Jack is not simply a field
Censorship out.
censorship and like
His safety
mosaics
comes first.
out of pornography? And it's
And
like
because of
politicians
that, I
are
will be
don't
monitoring
want
and
to
keeping
be
a record
embarrassed
of
by
every
like
communication you have with
demanding
him,
that
Colonel.
they
Given
do
the
something about
circumstances, you're
that
free to do what you
porn
see
or
fit.
like sex laws
I
that
prefer this to being
they
kept
all
in the
they
dark later.
perpetually
I'd
stay
like to make a
unchanged
request, if I
because
may.
it's like
Of
if we
course.
like talk
His
about or
handle is
mention
right.
sex or things like
For the
that
duration of the
old
mission,
people and
could you call
conservative
him
people
that?
won't vote for
Yes,
us.
sir.
Yeah.
All right.
The bad thing, the worst thing about that
Let
is
me
that
know
it
when you're
doesn't
ready to
protect
join us.
sex
The
workers at all
proprietary
either.
safe
So that's
frequency is 140.96.
Yeah, actually, nowhere will talk
just
about it,
switched
but there's a
frequencies.
serious problem that sex
Do you know
workers
what
are
day it is
vanishing from
tomorrow?
Japan
April 30th.
because they are
there
so
something
not
special about it?
protected or
Isn't there?
have
I can't remember. I'm
rights
sorry.
or laws that
I'll keep trying
will
until I
protect
hear
them.
the answer.
Yeah, but the biggest problem about that is that there's always people that will do work for that out of disparity, but
Yeah.
it creates a gray market, and that's actually most dangerous.
Yeah, and that gray market
Right.
is further
The enemy
killing
sent
the,
you
Yeah.
to gain
the sex
consciousness.
and porn
careful,
industry in
Jack.
Japan.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives.
So says
Stay
sex
out of
workers
sight.
should be legalized and be protected by it. Goddamn, same happens here. Oh, okay, well, that's sad to hear. Yeah, it's just an occupation. It should be legal, and there should be a lot of really clear rules and definitions to protect the rights of people to make sure that they aren't used. And also have respect too. It's work, so why shouldn't you respect anyone's work? And it's so weird to me that it's like partially legal. Like, what the hell is partially legal?
Yeah,
So weird.
that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's the same with like the porn laws being loose and like that. They're like they perpetually kept like mosaics and like things that don't show stuff, and it's like, well, they're not really having sex.
Yeah,
it's like the lamest, like childlike excuse. It's like, well, they're just pretending to have sex. That's why this is like okay.
But a lot of those laws were made like way back, like really World War I era laws.
The hero of Shadow
Probably.
Moses? So that's why you changed my
Some of them might even send back into a late Meiji era stuff, and potentially even when they like banned like the shunga and things like
Could he have
that.
survived?
Possibly.
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts
almost
surrounding
accurate,
it.
huh?
So the whole thing is shaped like two hexagons
If
connected end on end.
Exactly.
Russia
And you're on the
succeeded
roof
in
of strut
intervening
A,
with
shell 1 at the
the
moment.
last election, then America would have turned into the
Well, they would probably supporting the war.
yeah, well, they would have supported Russia, and like America would have been like, what? They would have also been like, what was that? They would have been sanctioned to hell.
Yeah.
And like everything American would have been banned, and then like
By
all
the United
major
Nations
American
and stuff,
corporations would have like moved to Canada or Mexico.
Yeah. It's interesting because a lot of what KOJIMA talked about in his games kind of happened and are kind of close, well, even if it didn't happen. So, Celio says, here we have a defamation campaign against prostitutes because the extreme, quote, woke, sorry for the word, but it's the best way of describing them, say that they are sexualizing women's bodies, and I'm here like, I don't like that the job exists. I don't like all the hardships that come from it, but who am I to tell someone to sell their bodies or not? As long as it's done properly and with the law by hand, who am I to tell anyone what to do with their bodies? Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. It's really up to that person. And, I mean, some people do enjoy that occupation too.
Yeah.
There was a sex worker in Japan that was also campaigning to run for Congress. Of course, she wasn't voted in, but a really smart person, and she was actually explaining about a lot of what, why there should be more clear guidelines, and everything shouldn't be so gray and murky. But yeah, it was an interesting person, but yeah, I agree too. And yeah, the woke, quote, woke word, I understand what you're saying. It's sad because there seems to not be kind of a word that you can kind of wrap your finger around that is proper for that, but woke is kind of the closest.
This is different from VR.
But yeah, it's kind of a, but again, yeah. I don't really enjoy using that word either, but sometimes that's the only word that you can kind of find to use. So he also says, yeah, we've gotten to a point where we can't stand that the things we don't like exist and it's stupid. Yeah, it's kind of like that, huh?
Yeah, it's so weird though, because the people who like invent these like really stupid words are the ones that enforce it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all these like ultra conservative like Christian moms and whatnot that like are like, no, you're evil because you're a sex worker. You are like the demon's child because you're a sex worker and this and that, and like they don't respect women, right? And then it's like, well, any respectable or like morally sane woman wouldn't be doing work like that. And and then they're like, and at the same time they're like, all like entertainment is like going down the drain. Everyone's like so sensitive and things like that. It's like, bitch, you're the one who's sensitive and ruining everything.
Yeah. Also, Sawyer says, yeah, I'm sorry, because nowadays it's been turned into a word used by super right-wing bastards to insult people who just want to give others human rights. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is spot on. It's exactly what it is right now. Which is, yeah, well, so it's kind of a word that's been weaponized.
Yeah.
It really sucks. It's almost like a word that has been weaponized by the right, so much so that even using it makes you feel like, you know, it makes you feel icky because it's like you don't want to be in the alt-right side.
It's insane because basically in America, if you are black, Hispanic, or Asian and you have an education, you're woke.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you can, like, teaching critical race theory is woke. What the fuck? Why is that woke at all?
And then and at the same time, those same people are like, what's wrong with everyone? You know, the Nazis were actually good guys. What? Like, you know, they were trying to make a difference in the world. And like, the hell?
Like, sometimes I feel like I slipped into some sadistic, bizarre isekai tensei. The world feels like that sometimes.
It does.
It's like I got hit by a 8-ton truck, and an isekai tensei happened, and I came to a world where like everything is like a bizarre world.
Yeah.
Right.
So weird.
Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here.
Well, Cecilia says, yeah, here in Spain we don't give a damn if you are gay or trans. We had a long time ago, and those people really went through a bad time. But nowadays everything seems more natural. And also Cecilia says, the Holocaust never happened, quote, by our friend and beloved Ben Shapiro. That's one of the stupidest things I ever heard a human being say. It's like, how the, what? It's like, excuse me? That's like flat earthers.
Yeah.
It's worse than flat earthers,
really,
actually.
Yeah.
At least flat earthers use some form of strange, bizarre imagination, I guess.
Yeah.
To imagine the earth is like a cube, in a way, I guess that's kind of cool. But like saying the Holocaust never happened, like that, there's like zero imagination in that even. It's like the worst you can fall.
Yeah.
Colonel, I've located
it's like
the
those.
node, but it's
Well,
under heavy
that
surveillance.
same guy.
Get in any closer.
That you mentioned. He's also one of those people that are like, anytime there's a mass shooting or a school shooting, it's like, it wasn't real. Those are all Jewish actors.
Yeah, it's like,
what?
Yeah, so it says racing history is never good, even more when they do it to very embarrassments. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. As someone who likes history, that's one of the things that pisses me off so much too. Like, there's so much, you know, even in Japan, there's so much history that the government doesn't want to, well, just kind of like, sweeps under a rug, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate that when that happens. You have to, in my opinion, if you love your country, you need to learn the bad that it did too, right?
Yeah.
You need to learn that. You need to learn from mistakes and move forward and admit that and you know, swear not to make sure that that doesn't happen. And that has to be, you know, as democracy, it has to be at an educational level so that people can vote for what's right for them and the future, right?
Yeah.
So it says, I ended up realizing that it's better to laugh at the past even if it was cruel, so it doesn't forbid you from going forward, but learning from it to not do it again. Absolutely. I I think so too. I think that's a very, very a constructive and healthy way of looking at history and the story of humanity and whatever country you grew up in, the culture that you grew up in. That's a fantastic way of looking at it. Well, also going back a little bit, where you were saying that in Spain that we don't give a damn if you're gay or trans. What's interesting is that I think it was like 2 years ago, I read a survey of all the countries that approved of LGBTQA plus rights, and I saw that Spain was at number 1 on that. So I was like, oh, Spain's really cool. They're really open toward LGBTQA plus rights. Unfortunately, Japan is fairly on the lower side, which sucks. But it's kind of
it's hyper bizarre here.
Yeah, but people that get sad because the people that are open are really open, and then you have the structure that is really against that tries to discourage openness.
Well, it's a really weird thing that at a personal level and a person-to-person level, people are open.
Yeah.
But when it's groups or it's corporations and society, it's not cool or acceptable. So you'll meet people daily that are very open, but when it's in groups, when there's companies, that's society, it's like, I don't know you. I don't want to be associated with you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Oh, so it's the only good thing about our government, but on the other hand, straight people are being attacked lately, which of course wakes up the stupid ones, and they start trying to fight back, creating a cycle of hate that only benefits the politicians and their pockets. So some conservative politicians are trying to create conflict. That's sad to hear, but yeah. But I'm sure with an open mind and people that are well educated about basic human rights, that as long as it's a democracy, people can fight back in a proper way, right? I also saw it says I'm more of a put it in your bed whatever you want as long as it's consensual and it's not a child. An opinion that gained me hate from both groups.
When you take a hostile down, hide the body where a potential is unlikely to come around.
As long as you're allowing people to be who they want to be, I think that's fine. So I think that's absolutely okay.
Press the weapon button to pick it up. As long as you have the weapon button held down, you can move around with the body in your grasp. Release the weapon button to let go of the body.
The details, I think one of the problems is that people kind of obsess over details and things like that.
Yeah.
When the details is up to the person, so so allowing someone to choose for themselves and of course consent and it not being something illegal like a minor, of course, as a base. The details is really up to each individual. And as long as you allow the person to choose in detail what's right for them, then I think that's totally okay. There shouldn't really be any spite toward that kind of thinking, I think.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really like the thing of people attacking cis people, too. That is also problematic, too, huh?
Yeah.
Ride and watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge.
So you be what you want to be, and you be what I want to be, and we'll be good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to, simplify things
and push the action
and not obsess over small
and hang
details.
over the side. Once there, you can move
Well, if people see eye to eye,
out of enemy
and
sight.
I think conversations can create a direction that is constructive and meaningful for everyone.
And once
Right?
it runs out, you will fall.
But that first happens when you have mutual respect
Wait a
toward
second.
each other.
I just intercepted
Yeah.
new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the package? Tell the guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report. Damn it, cover the president! Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack.
It's so funny though, because
Alpha Zero,
like
respond. All Alpha
the
respond.
cis word
Raiden, the president's life
was
is in danger.
used and made
Hit
to be
destruct
something
B
to
now.
make sexuality be more clear.
Yeah. So
And
it's
and yet what's hilarious is that like creepy fascist people find that so offensive.
Yeah.
It's like, what, I've been discriminating against everyone I thought was lower than me. People are giving me some kind of weird name. I hate it.
yeah.
It's so much so that the pedo creep that owns what used to be Twitter now is like
social network, formerly known as Twitter.
yeah, because the new name is so stupid I don't even want to
You
say
don't
it.
even want to murmur that
Yeah.
stupid name.
But it was like cis is like an offensive word. We won't accept it here. It's like whatever, man. Like anyone used it against you to make fun of you.
Yeah.
Thinking that that's like a racial slur is like so dumb.
Yeah, it was originally, you know, like you said, it was really coined so that people can articulate on their gender identification and not make it uncomfortable for LGBTQA plus people to speak about their gender. So yeah, it's really weird. So Sawyer says, everything in the world is just backlash, and sadly this creates a lot of hate and people who only see allies or enemies, and those are the worst. Yeah. Like, that really is just creating division. You know, but trying to divide, making extremes and dividing is, you know, that's how control happens.
Yeah.
It's okay to have a lot of in-betweens and a lot of branching outs and you know, have a lot of nuances. And people shouldn't be trying to categorize too much. Or even if you do categorize, you shouldn't identify so strongly in those categories to make other people feel uncomfortable. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Celios says, quote, "Cis is the N-word for whites. You need to stop using it." All capital letters, end quote.
Yeah.
Some white, blue-eyed, blonde, cisgender, middle-aged American woman somewhere. Yeah, basically
yeah.
a Karen somewhere.
Yeah, and it's like ridiculous because those are the people who call blacks and Asians racial slurs.
Yeah.
And they're so offended by just being called cis or being like, why do I have to use that? It's like, I'm sane, so I don't need to use words like that.
Yeah. Do these people cannot differentiate between? Are they assuming that cis is like sissy or something like that? It's like what? I don't get why people are so offended by that.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
Sawyer says, I'll admit I have a couple of doubts, and I am open to discuss the usage of hormones in young trans kids. But grown-ups, do whatever the hell you want with your body. Absolutely.
Right. What's wrong?
Yeah, and in the case with younger people,
Right.
I think it's okay to an extent, but you do have to be extremely well educated, and there's so much that happens with the body in the process of growing, right? That yeah, it's not something that should be chosen lightly, and that's even going for adults too, right? It shouldn't be something that's too casual. You need to really think about it a lot. So, in that sense, yeah, I agree with you too on that. So he says, I don't know, it's just that I was changing my mind all the time when I was a child, and that's such an important decision. Yeah, exactly. Thinking about it, and kind of for yourself, and, you know, it's different with everyone. So, some people are really clear with that, and some people aren't. So, making sure that, you know, things that you can't, undo are done, and that you regret it. That's what you don't want to happen. So, right?
Yeah.
But like Sully says, on the most part, for most people, I do think it's thinking a lot and trying to think for yourself, and you know, and there's a lot of swing and a lot of different things happen as you grow up. Something says, sorry if I sound transphobe or something. If I've never had much discussions with anyone on the matter, so I don't have much experience in the subject as the filthy white cisgender I am. No, I don't think you're a filthy white cisgender, but yeah, I think, you know, being cautious is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not forcing your ideals on someone, making sure that, you know, that the process is done with a lot of thought and care. I think that's fine, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see much of a problem with that. And Jenny, you're basically like that too, right? You're really open toward basically everyone.
Yeah.
Not just like LGBTQI plus people, but you know, you're cisgender or whatever. I mean, furries. Right?
Yeah. I genuinely, I think it's anyone's prerogative if they want to have sex with a bear or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since there is a real major thing that a lot of American and European people have a thing for bears.
Mm-hmm. Whatever that is. So he says, oh no, I can show that I don't agree with you, but if your beliefs don't hurt anyone, I'm no one to tell you what to do or think. Yeah, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's absolutely, so he says, I'm cisgender, but man, have you seen those anime cat girls? Damn, boys. So I'm joking, of course. Yeah, joke taken.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, but basically, I'm in that category too, and Jenny is too. Jenny and me both have really, although we agree with a lot of things, we have really different thinking and ideology even too. But
Yeah.
we, you know, we allow ourselves to have conversations and allow each other to have different opinions on things, and that's absolutely fine and cool with me and Jenny, and that's kind of my approach toward everyone, and Jenny is the same too, so.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's absolutely okay, you know, to agree to disagree too. That's fine and civil too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're not, like, intentionally trying to cause harm or distress to someone, that's totally okay.
Yeah. I mean, in real natural theory, or well, in perspective, I mean, at least it used to be that that a lot of conservative people were civil and traditional people, but it's sad to say that, like, saying you're conservative now means that you're like a fascist, like neo-Nazi, homophobic psychopath that can't shut up about your opinion and force everything down everyone's throat.
Yeah, it tends to get extreme. The picture that is painted tends to get extreme.
Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
That kind of goes to both sides, and I don't really like that because people are much more three-dimensional.
Yeah, I don't like it when people are like really rude and offensive, no matter what side they stand on.
I don't like that either.
Yes.
Also, Sawyer says, well, if you only speak with the people that think the same as you get stabbed. Yeah, absolutely, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm an artist, so, like, well, some of the most difficult people you can meet in your life are artists.
Yeah.
I've met some strange people that I do not agree with.
Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk put it best.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Cyberpunk, Johnny Silverhand says,
"My name is."
One of my exes, she was an artist, a real nut job. But then again, all of them were.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sawyer says, oh wow, the world of an artist is filled with pedantic, hypocritical people. Yeah, I agree with that.
How'd you get in?
It's really weird because you have, like some of the artists that I've met are some of the nicest people in the world, and some of the artists are very questionable.
Yeah.
That suit. Are you
So much so that I personally, I just, said that, kind of clarify the line of work that I do. But I don't really identify with being an artist. It kind of feels uncomfortable for me to claim that I'm an artist. I just draw for a living, and that's fine. I doodle for a living. I like to stay humble, so I don't think I'm special or anything, just I do what I like doing, and hopefully it makes other people happy, that's all. Oh, we got a comment from Mibo Rini Mibo, aka Mibori-san. And Mibori-san always sends cryptic comments that are all done with the emoji or stamps. And today, I will, as usual, I will explain to you what the comment was. It's a cat with sunglasses, two cats with sunglasses, and then a kanji character
and even a sense of reality and urgency.
of
It isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle
I
situations.
think so. I think it's a little bit incorrect, but I think that's right. What the? I think so. And two cats with sunglasses, and then purple hearts, and then again the slightly incorrect eye kanji, and another cat with sunglasses, and then another purple heart. So I guess Mibo aka Mibori-san, has sent a message of love.
A message
of love. Cats sending love. That would make a good prop for me to put into being image creator. Cats sending love.
I guess maybe Mibori-san has been in on the conversation and is giving their 2 cents through cats.
Lurking in the background.
Too late for that.
Is giving Bob Marley's message. One love.
Yeah, one love.
Let's get together and feel alright.
Yeah. Awesome.
What the hell? A Navy captain.
Thanks for the comment, Mibori-san. We always appreciate it.
You alright?
Give me a few minutes.
Sawyer says, be right back. Yep. Take care. If you don't make it, don't worry.
What was that man just now?
I'm sure it's important.
That blood-sucking freak.
Thanks for dropping by, just in case. Thanks for dropping by. We really, really appreciated it, and we enjoyed the conversation.
Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
Yeah,
You won't
I
see
had a lot
that
of
in
fun.
VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell?
Him? A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after US allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of accidents the dead cell arranged on their own. They were out of control. About 6 months ago. What happened? The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you
いろいろね、深い話を英語でやっていたので、日本語で聞いてる人はね、テキスト変換、でもね、この自動翻訳のやつ、YouTube って結構、笑えるぐらい間違ってたりするんで、どれぐらい伝わるかわからないけど、結構ね、ためになる話っていうか、面白い話をしてたと思うので、スペインのね、
笑える間違ってそうな部分は、もう頭の中でいいように自動変換してください。
悪いことは言ってないんだよね。そうなんだけど、自己紹介してないよね。俺散々何回も振ってたけど。
いや、振るたびにいろいろあって、しかもその最後に振った時に長いカットシーンがあったから。
まあね、でも開始5分で1回言ったからさ、こうなるんじゃないかと。
いや、そこで写真のくだりがあったんだ。
むずいね。じゃあ自己紹介というか、イントロではなくアウトロをすればいいか。配信を締めるときに。
まあ、
Keep it anyway. May come in handy.
まあ一応今やってもいいけど。
そう。じゃあどうぞどうぞ。
どうも。異世界では若き頃に義理というか叔父を告発したジュリー藤島です。
そうなんだ。
事実をしたとき、私は叔父を告発しました。
そういう人いたんだ。
異世界では私は。
異世界でね。なるほど。異世界でね。
現世界では知ってるのに野放しにして今この状況で辞めると言ったくせになんか社長は辞めて取締役になるっていうわけわかんないわけわかめな話になるっていう。
社長辞めるって噂は出てたけど、取締役に降格だけ
のようだね。
ていうか取締役降格じゃない、オーナーだよね、じゃあ。どういうこと？
それらしい。
まあでも株はね、多分あそこの家族が全部持ってるんだろうから、それを手放さない限り、裏ではいろいろ糸をね、引いている形になってしまうんだろうから、一番、例えばその事務所にいる人たち、それこそタレントさんの人たちのことを考えると、社長を辞める上に、無関係でいるように株を全部、手放すというか、ジャニー事務所に、返還するっていうか、譲渡するっていうかさ、そうしないとダメだよね。じゃああんまりそこにいるタレントの将来のことは考えてないっていうことだね。
まあそもそもクソじじいを野放しにしてたんだったら考えてるわけないでしょ。
そういえばなんかキムタクが辞めるとかっていう噂も出てるしね。
まあ辞めるんじゃない？
なんか工藤静香がめっちゃ怒ってるらしいからね。
まあ現に結構あれでしょ、CM の契約切られたでしょ。
そうだよね、確か。
とかなんかずっと CM に出てたのに急に違う人に変わってるみたいな。
あるね。
マクドナルドもいつリークになるのやら。
そうだ、多分マクドナルドのやつ契約更新の時までに、ジャニーズ辞めてないと多分切られるね。だってマックの本社はアメリカの会社だからさ、これそれこそ
アメリカはその特に児童の性虐待は再 NG だね。
最も NG だからね。でまあキムタクがそうしてないのは当たり前にしろ、それをでも黙認していた1ミリでももしかしたらあるかもしれないっていうことを、無視してそっぽ向いてなかったことにするみたいな、そういうなんだろうな、社内の風習っていうかカルチャーが出来上がってて、その一端を担ってたっていう、見て見ぬふりをするだけでもね、限りなく黒に近いグレーっていう扱いになるからね、海外では。知ってる、もしくはぽいかなっていうのを知ってるのに何もしなかったらね、問題になるんだよね、海外。まあアメリカではね、アメリカだと本当にね、児童虐待に関してはその可能性があるってだけで通報していろいろ取り調べられるからね。でそれは全く関係ない人が通報しても一応、していろいろ調べられるからね。海外でね、そういうことを経験した人を知ってたんだけどね、あんま裕福じゃない家の人で、その知り合いの人でね、まあいろいろ隣人とトラブルがあって、その隣人が児童虐待をしてる可能性があるっていう通報を警察に送って、なんか嫌がらせでね、そしたらもうほんといろいろ面倒くさい取り調べをいろいろされてね、大変な経験をしたっていう知り合いがいるんだけどね、まあそれぐらい厳しいから海外はね。偽物の通報があっても一応ちゃんと調べるっていうね。なんで自殺するんだ。
いや、撃ったら向こうにできるかなと思ったら真逆だった。まあでもテロは終わらせたな。
Comment from Sally. Sally says, gonna be working out. I'll be watching, but I won't be able to hear it. But just in case, from here it's in Roman. 私はポテトオムレツが好きで、ストリームを見ている人を混乱させるためにこれを書き続けています。Thanks for the comment. That's a well composed sentence. Thank you very much. No errors anywhere. Bravo.
No errors, and it is deep.
Yes, I like potato omelets too. Absolutely, I love potatoes in any form actually. So, thanks for the comment. But you don't have to feel bad at all because we're probably going to be closing the stream.
Yeah. I don't know. It's 1:54. I guess probably within the next almost 20 minutes, maybe, or 10 or so. It depends on what happens.
Yeah, depending on the cutscenes, I guess. But anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes, we'll probably be closing the stream. So, no worries there. Thanks for hanging by.
Thank you.
ということでね、スペインのね、サリアミさん。Sorry, says my pleasure as always. Take care, you too. Thank you very much. You too. Take care. I hope it's starting to cool off in Spain also, as it is in Japan. Stay safe and have a great weekend in the week. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you as always.
ということでね、スペインのよくコメントをくださるサリアルさんにね、ユーモアたっぷりの、締めのコメント、ポテトオムレツが大好きだというね、そしてあえて、ローマ字でね、日本語を書くことによって、 このストリームをやっている我々を混乱させるためにそうしているというね、ジョーク愉快なジョークをね残して、今からねトレーニング運動をするらしいのね。
What the hell is that?
ありがたいですね、本当コメントくださると。
Put me out of my misery.
今のところさ、
This is impossible. Nothing will hit her. Is she the one they call Fortune?
メタルギアソリッド2に出てくる女性たちがみんなかっこいいよね。
そうだね。
あんなでっかい重機を片手で持ってんだよ。
そうだね。
相当腕力、握力があるはずだね。さっそうとさ。
腕力、えぐな。
Ready grenades. A dud.
Today is another bad day. Is there anyone here that can give me happiness?
Laser cannon みたいなの持ってるか。ヘイローのインチキ武器を持ってるのか。
かもしれないね。そして渋いジャズが流れる。ずっと斜め横を眺めている。黄昏れてるね。
I'm so sorry, my beauties. I'll see you again someday.
Colonel, SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor. Looks like your new hosts have a Harrier too.
A Harrier? What is this?
Calm down. It just means they anticipated the attack.
What?
Besides, since the SEALs drew their fire, your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that, we know their defensive capabilities.
Are you saying this was all a feint?
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. The entire mission is in your hands now. Do you understand?
But
there's no time for questions. They could decide to retaliate for that failed assault.
リオンじゃなくて
They could be in danger, yes.
あれ
But we
ス
need
テ
to
ィ
consider the possibility that they'll
そう
blow
だろう。
the
オードベラニカ
If
の
that
スティー
toxic
だ
spell
と
does
したら
take
だいぶ
place,
上手くなっ
it'll
た。
devastate not only the harbor, but poison the coastline for
声の感じに似
generations.
てんなと思って。
Raiden, we've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now
多
on
分
the
当時日本
dispose
に
of the
い
terrorist
た
wire
外
over
国
the
人
big
を雇っ
shell.
て
The president
や
can
っ
wait,
た
but
の
this
かな。どう
can't.
多分そう
you
だよね。
know I'm no bomb disposal expert.
That's not a problem. The Bravo team brought an explosive
でも
spell.
でもそんなことはないか。
He was
スネー
supposed
ク
to
の
stand
声
by
やっ
on
てる人は
Strut C
日本
according
に
to
い
their
なかっ
mission
た。
plan.
あ、でもね、彼日本に住んでたよ、昔。
あ、そう。
Is
じ
this
ゃあ
according to simulation too?
まあそうなん
What
だ
are you
ね。
talking about?
彼ね、結構親日家の人でね、
Understood.
今も役者やっ
But
て
I
る
need
け
to
ど。
ask you something before I go.
Make it quick.
なんかの仮面ライダ
Dead
ーに
Cell, I mean.
出てた
They
ような
couldn't
気が
hit
する
her
な。
no matter how hard they tried.
役者として。
And that vampire too. It's like
確か
it's
な。
like being in a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Jack, snap out of it.
And you, Rose, I can't believe you're on this mission. I keep thinking I'll wake up.
Raiden,
小
this
さい
is real.
頃に、
And that's why you
両
won't
親
wake
が
up.
But nothing seems real.
アメリカ軍でどっかのベースに若い頃に住んでたとかなんかそういうのがあったような気がする。うろ覚えで申し訳ないけどなんかそういう感じだったと思うけど、それでまあ10代後半20代前半ぐらいに日本に確かいたような気がする。確かだったような気がする。もうまあ間違ってたら申し訳ないけどそういう感じだったと思うよ確か。
まあメタルギアの歴史にはそこまで詳しくないから、ほぼほぼの歴史というかあれは己に聞かされたものが多いからな。
そうだね。
小島が元祖英語スネークの方を好きじゃなかったからクビにした話とか、
まあっていう噂があるね。
まあでもそれは本当でしょ。だって声やった本人がグラウンドゼロが発表された時に初めて自分が雇われてなかったんだって知ったから。
まあね。まあ不義理ではあるよね。
キャスティングしないっていうことすらも教えてくれないのっていう。
まあ状況を 100% 把握してないからね。例えば元々のやつを作った時本人がね例えば日本に住んでてっていう感じだとしてね、でその後、活動拠点を広めてアメリカに戻ってっていう状況だったら、ごめん今回は起用しないんですっていうことをどこに連絡すればいいのかわからない可能性もないとは言い切れないからね。だから細かい状況はわからないけどでもまあね不義理っちゃ不義理だよね。
ユリアン並みにアメリカンな水着してる
確かにユリアン・レトリーバーが、ゴッドタレントに出た時につけた水着みたいだね。あれはでもセパレートじゃなかったね。V の字みたいな感じだったね。
ハイフロント的な感じの。
なんだっけVOA エクストリームビーチバレーボールに出てきた伝説の水着みたいな。
あれ好きなキャラに着させるの苦労したな。
確かに
100万のやつ捨てられる時の絶望感エグかったな。
そういえばさ360マーケットが閉まるじゃん。
あれが
VOXVV の
永遠に買えなくなるのか。
どうしてもこの水着をこのキャラクターに着させたいっていうやつがあった場合はもはや買った方が早いかもしれないね。
マーケットプレイスが消える前に6万円ぐらい使ったら全員に全コスを装備させることができる。
You a cop?
I'm not NYPD. I came in with the Bravo team. Who are you with? And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them? That's bad.
Did I tell you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys. Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid. What's your name?
My name is Peter. Peter Stillman.
Lecturer at Nav Scolio at Indian Head. Also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
I thought you'd retired.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody, as you can see. A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me, with too many lives inside. All I lost was this leg.
So you're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Just ancient history now.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fat Man.
Fat.
He built an atomic bomb when he was only 10. I created him in a sense.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty. I was supposed to supervise the bomb disposal. Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I wouldn't say that. There are at least 2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
Are you two with SEAL Team 10? I didn't see you at the mission
Oh,
briefing.
I'm with another squad. My name is Pliskin, Lieutenant in your grade. Honored to meet you, sir.
Mr. Pliskin, do you have any experience with explosives disposal?
Don't worry about me. He looks like somebody who can do it, but we need more manpower.
What's your name?
ボルサリの棒だったっけ？
That's an odd name.
Any other survivors?
There was also an engineer with me.
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so. I didn't find his body.
I see.
They told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell.
Why would they take a civilian along?
Everything in this structure is computer controlled. He was supposed to get us past all the security measures.
I never heard anything about that.
He had official orders with him.
We'll leave that for later. Right now, we need to figure out how to deal with all the bombs.
But there's no one left from the SEAL's EOD squad.
Yup, so we have to do it ourselves.
But I've never defused a bomb before. Hold on a sec.
Off to confer with the CO again?
Glad to hear Stillman is safe. Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you know I've never been trained in bomb disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel, I'm not qualified for bomb disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Rose?
You can do this. Trust me.
You haven't had bomb disposal training per se in VR, but you're more than capable of handling C4.
This is a little different from using C4.
You're up for this. You know that.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
There's no need to think about this so much. You won't actually be dismantling the bomb. That's not for amateurs. What we'll try here instead is a temporary freezing measure. Here, look at this. This is a C4 bomb. It's live. You can see it pulsing. Now you spray this on the sucker and there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
How long does the effect last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal. But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you.
思う部分もあれば、でもそういえばバイオ
It
全
can
部英語だ
recognize ionized gas
Oh,
that emit
man.
C4s.
The what?
In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4
コード
scent.
ベロニカやって
That's
た
right.
時もずっと英
I've
語
established a link with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the
テキスト
sensor
を日本
actuated
語化でき
computer
たら
your
よかっ
eye
たん
on
だ
the
けど
radar.
ね。
What if
ね
he's
こ
using
れは
some other
もう
odorless
英
substance?
語は
そういう時代ではないからね。
うん
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
ただその日本語英語を切り替えてきたら助かったんだけどな。わざわざ別データ扱いだから。でもだからといって実績が違うわけじゃないっていうわけわかんないし。
He wouldn't work by any rules except his own, and he followed them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment. I remember some people called him one of the fat cats. Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills. And now I have to stop him from using it to destroy us all.
今のはすべての技術者職人になる人が聞くべきことあまりにもそこがおろそかなことが多すぎる。
技術の継承だけでやるといろいろと、ほころびが出てしまっているね。
歌舞伎のやつらは耳に立つだろうね。
Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted?
Exactly. Fat man would have
あまりにもドイツもこいつもそこがひどすぎるから。
確かにね。
I know the structure of this facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target.
You know this for sure?
Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories.
そこなんだよね。よく人が勘違いする部分で、なんか昔はものが許されたみたいな言い方するけど、いや違うんだよ。そのめちゃくちゃでも芯がちゃんとしてたから大丈夫だったんだよ。活芯もめちゃくちゃで薬で捕まったりしてたけど、愛嬌やその人に対するリスペクトはちゃんとあったから。そうじゃない。まあそもそも死ぬほど借金あったのは誰彼にでも飯や酒をおごってたから。バーに入ってる勝新さんですかみたいなふうに言われたらいいねおごってやるみたいな。ファン思いすぎる。でもそういうある意味愛嬌がちゃんとあったからそのめちゃくちゃでも許された。
まあね。
やっぱ愛嬌あるないは大事だね。
まあね、愛嬌とかあとはなんだろうな、ショーマンシップっていうさ、エンターテイナーとして常日頃身の回りにいる人たちを楽しませたいっていうね。
Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
The two of us can handle it, don't worry.
But
you'll just slow us down with that leg of yours. There's a war going on here. I don't have time to babysit anymore.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work? You can tell us what to do over the radio, like in the original mission plan.
All right. I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to prepare a backup plan just in case.
In case of what?
Good luck to both of you. This is a dangerous one.
Who dares wins.
その
If anything comes up, let me
愛
know.
嬌や思いやりをおろそかにするからスーパースターが欠落してるね。
まあね、今スーパースターほとんどいないよね。
That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man.
What?
Simplify. Marine Corps talk. Normally, team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones. And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And who dares wins is a model of the British Special Air
それ
Service.
こそそういうのをよく分かりたい人は
Is he one of the
ジェームズ・
terrorists
ブラウンの
then?
電
No,
気の映画
somehow
を
I
見れ
don't
ばいい
think
ね
so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you.
いろいろ問題があったり、まあ販売行かれていたとしても、絶対ショーマンシップやショーマンであることは忘れ
What
なか
about
ったか
you?
ら。
They could be back in this area soon.
I'll hide out in this pantry for a while. If I lock the door, it should be all right. Plenty of food in here too, so you don't need to worry about me. I'll give you instructions by Kodak from here. Good luck, kid. Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the fear get to you. When you give in to the fear, the darkness comes.
長いカットシーンが終わったところで、まあ配信も2時間っていう。
そうだね。
そろそろね、じゃあ
やめる
セーブして締めましょうか。じゃあセーブしといて。
最後の
What's up, Jack?
やりとりを聞くか。
うん。
Jack, when you get home, let's have a homecoming party. Just the two of us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll make dinner.
Well,
What's wrong?
well, that sounds good, but how about we eat out at that one restaurant instead? You know, the place that we went to recently with the amazing lobster? I really like that place.
Well, yeah, I guess that's okay too. Huh?
Nothing. I just love lobster. Yeah, can't wait. Woohoo!
Well, then I'll make a reservation. Promise me you'll come back safely.
Don't worry.
じゃあ、今週もこれぐらいね、おいとましましょうか。
ほんまやな。
てか、まだ自己紹介してなかったけどね。自分を異世界、なんだっけ、
獣医藤島
言っただけだったからね。
そうだったな。自分の名前は言わなかった。
言ってねえからね。
そこはただボンミスで忘れただけで。どうも異世界でも現世界でも児童であれ成人であれ老人であれ性暴行虐待は絶対許さないジェニーです。
正しいね。
ダンジネス許した
ダンジネス許さない。いいんじゃないですか。ではジェニーさん、締めてください、この配信。
皆さん、人は愛を忘れてはいけません。すべての人に最低限持つべきもの、それは愛です。愛を持てば人を誇りを持って接することができます。愛をなくした人は他人に不公平や不堅実な扱いをできます。そんな人にあなたはなりたいですか？私はなりたくありません。どんなクソ野郎でも私はクソ野郎という扱いはしたくはありません。
スピーチこっちは違ったみ
スピーチしてんのかって言ってはって思ったら
イラッとした
残り飛んでしまったよ。
飛んでしまったのか。それは申し訳ないね。
ちゃんと誇りを持った人間でいることを心して持ってほしい。そんなオーバーハンですわ。
プライドではなく誇りを持ってほしいと。
そう。オーナーです。オーナーを持っていないとプライドというものはただの傲慢さにしかなりませんから、ね、傲慢さはもういらないんだよ、うん、愛を持てそれだけ
それで締められるか
待たせたなどうぞ
どうぞ
いやだからいや締めどうしたみたいな感じだったから以上だ待たせたなって言っただけだだからどうぞ
じゃあ締めますか、ね、じゃあまあ毎週ね水曜0時よりTwitch でね配信をして日本語で配信してるつもりでやってるんですけどね、まあ大体半分ぐらい英語だったりほとんど英語だったり全く英語じゃなかったりと、謎の配信をしているのでね、よかったら来週もまた同じ時間に、遊びに来てください。来週もね、メタルギアソリッド2、サンズ・オブ・リバティを続きを配信したいと思いますので、どうぞ遊びに来てください。過去の配信の分はね、アーカイブとして YouTube に載せているので YouTube の検索バーで ZGENNYY で検索すると一発で出てきますので、いいね、読者登録、お知らせをクリックしてくださるとねめちゃくちゃ喜びます、2人とも
そして忘れないでくださいこの配信に日本語のチャットがないって不満を持っているあなたそしてあなたたち日本語チャットが展開されるかどうかはすべてあなた次第
席ここに来て席ですね日本語の
コメントしろ
日本語のチャットねコメントないとチャットできないんでね、よかったらね気軽に遊びに来てください、ということでね、来週までね良い1週間を安全なね楽しい1週間、スターフィールドまみれなね1週間をお過ごしください。私はそうします。スターフィールドまみれな1週間を過ごしたいと思いますそれでは、また来週バイバーイ